So I think we are towards closing. We are having the final valedictory session tomorrow at the Mansar Surinsar Heritage Site. But before we do that, in this session 4, we will be honoring some of the participants who have made this winter school a great success. I would request all the dignitaries to please come over here so that I can announce the names one by one, and we can honor the participants by mementos and certificates. So I would first request Dr. Faima for JKGS. Yeah, we can just stand. Any question? Any question? Sir, I think we are going for Filino tomorrow, so they are open.
They will be in enjoyment.
So if you have any question, you can take it.
मैडम छोड़ेंगी नहीं उनको.
We are live. Okay, so Dr. Faima, please.
Some more questions.
Those people who will bring maximum question will get award.
So this is the symbol that we are going to stand only throughout. Now nobody will stand. Nobody. I would request Deepak from Uttarakhand Pollution Control Board. I would request Bhavna ma'am to please come from JK Pollution Control Committee. Diksha girl from Chandigarh Pollution Control Committee. Thank you. Sir, we also invited some posters from different states and cities. So people have Priyanshu Tiwari, Konika Sharma, Mohammad Akbar Ali, fast. Mohammad Asif Avinash Dhaneshwari Manuj. Priyanshu Tiwari. Priyanshu is from Unit.
तो आजा पहले तुम्हारा नाम लिया था आजा भाई.
Priyanshu is from Konika Sharma. Mohammad Akbar Ali. Akbar is from University of Allahabad. Neha Yadav from YMCA Faridabad. Next is Mohammad Asif.
नहीं ठीक है पॉज करो
बदल गया ना नाम
बिल्कुल सेकंड चलिए
बैठ जा बैठ जा बैठ
Mohammed Asif from GNDU.
अबे सुन सुन बैठ जा
क्या मैं सुन
Thank you. Avinash from Central University of Himachal Pradesh. Dhaneshwari Sharma from Central University of Himachal Pradesh. Manoj Sharma from IIT Tirupati. With this, I will request Professor Dhar to finally honor our eminent speaker of the day, Professor Gufran Beg sir, with a memento and shawl.
लेने वाला मैं हूँ ना ऐसा लग रहा है सब मैं दे रहा हूँ
सर आप पहले उठा देती हो उसके बाद ये देखिए सर आप पंकज सर आइए ना वहाँ पे क्यों है डॉक्टर दिनेश तो वोट ऑफ थैंक्स लिख रहे हैं चलो ठीक है I would request Professor Dhar to honor Professor Dhar.
मिलेगा जी आपको
I would request all the EVS faculty to come and please honor Professor Dhar, head of the department, for all his support and contribution for the success of this winter school, please. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Shivali, लगाइए. So with this, we are towards the closing of this winter school. So I will be summarizing it in a very quick manner. I know we are running short of time and we all have to go. First of all, I want to ask, I haven't left anybody, no? Memento and certificates have been given to everybody, right? Please ensure that.
एक्सेप्ट मी
Invented sticker तो नहीं किया है क्या?
नहीं ठीक है
अभी बुला लेंगे. Vote of thanks के साथ देंगे. So I can make it move like this or what? आप ही क्या देना? Thanks.
स्टक
I can summarize without this power.
Oh, listen to good.
Start. outside safe, I'm moving forward only. I'm trying everything, but it is moving forward way only.
Manually उधर करने दीजिए मैम pointer आप इसका.
Shivali, put the first slide, please. So I'm specially summarizing for Professor Gufran Beg, sir. Sir, this winter school has been conceptualized for faculty members, for pollution control board representatives, and for limited PhD scholars from different states and UTs. This 6 days training program on instrumentation and analytical techniques for atmospheric aerosol measurements and source apportionment study has been conceptualized to give them hands-on training so that they can get trained and then train their people in respective states and UTs and can contribute towards achieving clean air goals. Many people were asking about the references. This is our recent paper on current status of source apportionment of ambient aerosols in India. In this paper, you will find a lot of references for this winter school also, which will be helpful for you for conducting source apportionment studies also. So basically, sir, in this winter school, we focused on both offline and real-time source apportionment methods. At present, we don't have real-time source apportionment techniques in Central University of Jammu, but we had deliberations. The first keynote speaker was Professor Tripathi, who gave a wonderful talk on real-time measurements and a very visionary talk on other aspects also. We had a wonderful talk by Dr. Ben also. He talked on short-term and long-term source analysis to improve air quality. Sir, session themes of this winter school were overview of atmospheric aerosol measurements, steps of offline source apportionment methods, sampling and gravimetry analysis. So sampling and gravimetry was something which we were talking in every session because all the experts were having their own views. So I think participants will agree with me that they got benefited by interacting with each expert on this. Then we talked on sample preparation methods and chemical analysis for carbonaceous, organics, metals, and water-soluble ionic species. We also talked about post-analysis steps, satellite and meteorological data analysis, dynamic source apportionment, and air quality and weather forecasting today. We had some very overview talks also, like Professor Dhar gave this morning a talk about the northwestern Himalayan region, a very comprehensive one, because tomorrow if we are planning any measurements, we need to know the geology. So very well he emphasized upon that. Dr. Rija Budhari ma'am talked about instrumentation techniques involved in converting waste to wealth, a sustainable solution to air pollution problem. Apart from this, we heard from Lieutenant Dr. Pankaj Mehta sir. He talked about the QA, QC and lab protocols. Also, sir, this is the schedule for the hands-on training. So in this program, we gave hands-on training on sampling devices. We also gave hands-on training for carbonaceous aerosols, gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, ICP OES, AAS, hands-on training for using receptor modeling techniques. And also Professor Sarnik Day took our whole session for satellite and meteorological data analysis. Professor Vinay Kumar talked about the instrumentation analytical techniques present in instrumentation facilities present in Central University of Jammu. We also went to visit the Satish Dhawan Space Center day before yesterday. Sir, so basically we all know chemical composition and sources of PM is necessary to know all this, and now I think our participants must be knowing these aspects. What governs the chemical composition of PM, so we know the nature and strength of contributing source, and then geology and geomorphology of the region. So basically each aspect is very, very important, like vegetation diversity, incident solar flux, meteorological factors. So basically 3 steps are there: sampling, chemical analysis and receptor modeling. And the very first step is to design a good sampling and size fraction in focus. So I think from this winter school by now our participants must have gained this knowledge that what are the different size fractions on which we can do, what is the actually way of selecting air sampler, filter dimensions and metrics. So all these details are also present in this review paper. If you want to go through, there are many references which will help you. Also we talked about different aspects like selection of filter material, dimension of filter metrics, and then different types of air samplers, target chemical species, then combination of air samplers and size fraction filters. We gave very, very basic also sir concepts to the participants, like if you want to do the size segregated, that what type of filter and what type of sampler will be used. If we are talking of low volume sampler, then we are using 47 mm disc. If we are using PM high volume sampler, then we are using the 8 into 10 inch. So very basic concepts also we try to provide to the participants. And then we talked about different high volume samplers. So we are having this Tish high volume sampler with us in our laboratory also. And apart from this, we also talked of offline chemical analysis, like so in Hari facilities we are having this OCC analyzer. Then GCMS training we got today morning only. And for elemental we are having ICP OES in Hari facility and AAS in Satish Dhawan Space Center. We are also having one XRD over here. So for focusing on this, like how chemical species are acting as source tracers, we had a so for carbonaceous aerosols, we had talked by Professor Neeraj Rastogi, and then for organic aerosols, we discussed GCMS analysis also. And today, Professor Sachin was talking about WSIS and SIA formation, how these can be used as source tracers. For major and trace elements, we had a wonderful talk by Professor Jayant Kumar Tripathi. He emphasized on geology and chemistry of aerosols. Then for analysis of major and trace elements, like how we can digest the sample, how do we do the elemental analysis, we had a talk by Professor Sudesh Yadav from JNU New Delhi. Professor Savnik was there yesterday to give hands-on training on satellite and meteorological data analysis. So I think by now the fundamentals of chemical characterization of PM are clear to the participants. This was our try in this winter school. These are some of the actually methods some participants were asking. So these are all present in this review paper, that what type of filter paper you have to use, what method you can use, what EPA method for WSIS, what EPA method for metal analysis. So all this is available. You can scroll through this paper. Receptor modeling also, the basics are there. So after all, some broad suggestions for conducting SAR here. These are there in the paper, but still I want to mention that if you are doing every third day sampling throughout the year, it will help you in understanding the baseline information, right? If you are doing level 2 sampling like diurnal sampling, 8 hourly sampling, then it will further help in understanding the peak sources. If you are doing level 3 sampling, that means real-time source apportionment with high resolution data at fine temporal scale of say 1 minute gives the best possible real-time measurements. Then QA/QC adherence in assay studies are very important, like Pankaj sir also emphasized. Ideal combinations of air samplers, filter metrics, instrumentation techniques should be used. Analysis of aerosol samples for WSIS elements and carbonaceous fraction is essential for assay and mass closure. Pre and post sampling QA/QC should be followed. Then receptor modeling also, what receptor model you are using, what are the input parameters you are using. So this EPA link can help you more on that. Also, importance of meteorology is there. So you saw the weather station is installed in Satish Dhawan Space Center also. So meteorological parameters are very, very important, and to understand this coupling, the local meteorological parameters should be recorded from locally installed automatic weather station on or around the sampling sites. Specific suggestions for assay in India, I would say that broadly uniform guidelines should be followed at the levels of sampling and chemical analysis. Keeping in mind the implications of PM 2.5 on human health and air quality, it will be appropriate to first complete assay of fine fraction on priority basis. Combination of traditional and highly time-resolved online assay techniques should be used. To achieve the clean air goals under ANCAP, robust source apportionment studies should be planned in all the non-attainment cities. So these are some of the references. With this, I will thank Honorable LG sir and Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, along with other dignitaries for inaugurating the event. All experts, participants, organizing committee members, head and faculty members of EVS, entire CUJ fraternity, because Dr. Dinesh will be following for the vote of thanks. So before that, before I invite Dr. Dinesh, I would request Professor Dhar for his closing remarks, please. Sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shweta. I would like to once again thank Professor Bhufran Ji, Professor Sachin Ji for their wonderful talks. And I'm sure whatever they have said, whatever they have discussed, or whatever they have talked in their presentation today, that will be of immense use to all of us here. We are into the 5th day of this winter school, and as Dr. Shweta has given a wonderful commentary of all the sessions which we conducted in this winter school. I'd like to thank all the participants once again who have come here all the way from different institutions, different organizations, and joined this winter school. I hope they have gained something. They have gained something out of this important event which we conducted in our university. I would fail in my duty if I don't thank my colleagues of the department, especially Dr. Shweta, for a wonderful initiative she has undertaken. She has always been flamboyant in taking up such challenges, and I'm sure that in future also will use her mettle in conducting such kind of programs. Thank you. As I was talking in the morning also, and the other day, that sustainable development targets cannot be achieved unless and until we don't create an awareness about one of the important ingredients of achieving sustainable development goals, that is pollution, be it water pollution, be it air pollution. But now this air pollution is taking center stage, especially with the advent of the nefarious activities which aerosol is doing to our atmosphere. So, be it Delhi or be it the Himalayan state of Kashmir, Himalayan state of Jammu and Kashmir for that matter, we have seen that pollution of air has been one of the main concerns since we are proximal to the Himalayas here in Jammu. And I would like to share with you that in the months of winter, especially in the valley of Kashmir, there are a lot of smog there. For days together, we have a lot of smog. And then researchers started to find out the reason. The reason was simple, that in winters, Kashmiris, as a matter of fact, although I'm also a Kashmiri, we use kangdi. And for kangdi, we require some coal. And that coal is usually made by the burning of the apple twigs. So that entire that smoke goes into the atmosphere, and we have for days together. What happens that the whole valley is covered by smoke. But one thing is important, that unless we have understood the origin of that smog or that cloud cover, whatever we see, but we have to now move forward. We have to see that how we can curtail it. Abatement is very important. Especially as I have told you, being a developer of a Himalayan town and being a very astute traveler of Himalayas because of the research interest which I have in this field of glaciology, I have seen often environmentalists complaining about the developmental activities that are taking place here. But the issue is that do the people of Himalaya, do they have the right of development or not? Shouldn't they aspire for the things which the Delhiite gets? So basically, we have to think in this direction. Now we have to I think we have to move slightly a step forward now and find out the solutions. As Dr. Sona was telling in the morning, I was really surprised. You told that we have a population of 3 lakhs in Leh and 4 lakh tourists come there. So in summer, you have the right. You have to grow. You have to survive. Basically, now we have to find out some way as to how we can contain it. We have the source assessment and all that has been done. Now, a step further is to be taken so that this abatement of this aerosol, whatever aerosol is there in the atmosphere, the abatement measures are taken. I think green energy is the only solution. We have to resort to green energy. Otherwise, these carbon footprints we have to lower these carbon footprints in another couple of decades. Otherwise, things will be very catastrophic. So, with these, as Professor Gufran also, in his concluding remark, he told that harmonizing science with policy is the key to the mitigation. I think that is the key to the mitigation. We have to harmonize the science, and only then we can find out a way. Only then we can see that some mitigative measures will be taken, and we can conserve this planet of ours. With this, I would like to thank again Professor Gufran, Professor Sachin Gunteji, all those who are present here, my faculty members, thank you. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.
So now I will call upon Dr. Dinesh, co-convener of this business school, for vote of thanks. But before that, we'll honor him with a moment.
मैंने बस यही बोला
कोई बात नहीं सर, हम कर लेंगे, ऐसे ही कर लेंगे।
it's not required.
I would also request Nishant from TSI to please come.
It's a very well deserved moment. He has been working very hard.
So TSI is our
Sponsor.
platinum sponsor in this. So a big round of applause. Thank you. With this, I again want to thank all the sponsors of this school. SERB for the financial support, National Knowledge Network for financial as well as intellectual support, because in the inaugural we were having coordinator of National Knowledge Network, and today we are having member of National Knowledge Network. So a big round of applause for National Knowledge Network. We are also very thankful to all our sponsors, TESCON, TSI, Alpha Tech and Metrohum. Now I would request Dr. Dinesh for formal vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shweta ma'am. Good evening, one and all. I am here to present vote of thanks. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks in this winter school 2023 on hands-on training on instrumentation and analytical techniques for atmospheric aerosol measurements and source apportionment studies, organized by Department of ABS CUJ, and it is a great initiative of the university towards air pollution measurement, environmental concern, and climate change. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. We are blessed with auspicious presence of Honorable Lieutenant Governor of JKUT, Sri Manoj Sinha ji, and his blessing and message. We are extremely grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for being with us on this occasion and providing all possible support to make this program happen. We are also thankful for the presence of Sri Arun Kumar, Chief Secretary, Sri Dheeraj Gupta, Principal Secretary, for their great presence. We are also heartedly thankful to Professor Sachidanand Tripathi, NKM Coordinator, IIT Kanpur, President Indian Aerosol Science Technology Association, for his gracious presence and enlightening address. I thank him for his deep interest and commitment for the environmental concern, especially in the field of air pollution. We are very thankful to Program Coordinator, Program Advisory Committee members, and invited speakers, which Dr. Shweta have already mentioned. My sincere thanks to TESCON, Diamond sponsor, TSI, Platinum sponsor, MNG, Analyzer System, Gold sponsor, Alpha Tech Services, Silver sponsor, and Metrohum, Silver sponsor, for their auspicious presence and sponsorship support for this program and sharing their knowledge with us. We are very thankful to our Dean School Life Science Professor B.S. Bahu, Professor Deepak Pathania, Dean Research, Professor Sunil Dhar, Head of the Department, Central University of Jammu, for their constant help and guidance that has become the source of energy within us. We will be remain grateful to you, sir. I am very much thankful to our co-chair, Professor Pathania, and Dr. Risha Kothari, and co-convener, head convener, Dynamic Dr. Shweta Yadav, and co-convener Dr.
Pankaj
Pankaj
and Dr.
Mehta.
Dinesh.
And our scholar, students, technical staff, their hard work has paid to make this event successful. I would like to highlight the efforts, non-staff efforts of our scholars, because before us they
Yes.
reach here, and it's not so only that it happens in a very smooth way, so they deserve very big applause.
I think they deserve a standing ovation for that. Because it is because of all of you only. Thank you so very much. Because from here I was texting, give memento, give certificate, give do this and that, and they were managing so very well.
But who are they? We could not identify.
So please come in the front.
Yes,
all
they
this
They
is
can
scholars.
stand
And
there.
you can stand and we will sit
They
now.
can stand there.
Yes.
All the scholars,
Yes,
please.
all the scholars. Aarti,
Gagan, Aarti,
uniform.
Sajan,
Sergeant, please. The participant as well as organizing
Vijay.
committee member.
Vijay,
Vijay,
Shivati,
please.
all
Yes.
they have done
Bhai, सबको ऐसे
effortlessly.
It is a
Yes.
force behind this initiative.
Yes, sir.
The real force.
So, and getting the auditorium ready every day for a new speakers,
Exactly.
nameplates, then food committee, dry fruits, everything, and then cameraman. And he gave technical help on ICP OES also. He gave support
They are
there
everywhere,
also.
everywhere.
So he is basically a student, PhD student.
He is the
Yes.
research RE in my project.
And
But you are told cameraman.
No, so
What
this we realized 3 days back when he clicked a very nice
Nice
picture,
photograph.
and it was really awesome. So we asked our official photographer to go.
To go.
We smashed him. This is his newfound love.
Yes, sir. Sushil, Sajan for all the poster, banner, Zahir for all. Where is the cap? And Aarti for honorarium and this thing, and Shivali for the technical support, and then Indica is also there
Yeah,
for
Indica.
the news and everything. Like they have supported
Yeah,
very
ma'am.
much.
डिस्पाइट दैट मैडम मंडे को बोलेगी कि लैब में जल्दी आओ
कोनिका भी है ना
Thank
कोनिका
you
का
so very much. Yes.
Let's finish the vote of thanks. There are few names I must mention. So we are also thankful to our registrar Dr. Ashwin Singh and all administrative university officers and technical staff, engineering wing, media cell members for their respective support. I thank to all participants from various institutes, colleges, universities of our country for joining this program and making this winter school
Agreed.
2023 hands-on training a great successful. I would like to say it's heartening to see, it's very happy to see this scientific gathering in a very successful grand manner. And I have learned a lot from the presentation, and we would like to carry that knowledge to our research field and expect that few new good papers would happen to most of the participants. With these words, I would like to congratulate all of you to be part of this and make this event successful. Thank you all.
So we request all to join for a group photograph at the end. As usual. Shivali, you can stop like.
डॉक्टर को फूड सेफ्टी को किया आपने थैंक कि नहीं